This presentation is a critique and evaluation of the Sport Anxiety Scale, or the SAS-2. This assignment is part of the Assessment in Sport and Performance Psychology course at Dominican University. What are we going to be covering? So we are going to be covering the importance of understanding competitive anxiety, why that this might be a useful assessment for one of your athletes or clients. We're going to talk a little bit about the background of the SAS-2. We're going to talk about the ease of administration. We're going to discuss some of the psychometric properties and whether this has been shown to be a valid or useful assessment. We'll talk a little bit about some of the populations that this is appropriate for, and then we will conclude with some final remarks and recommendations. So let's start with understanding why is it important to assess competitive anxiety. And so the main reason is because effectively it's been shown to influence or predict performance deterioration in sport injuries in athletes. This is important for us to know and to understand in our clients. And there are two main elements of sport and competitive anxiety. There's both cognitive elements as well as physical arousal elements. So those cognitive elements might be those negative or worried thoughts that our clients might have before or during competition. And then physical arousal, that could include such experiences such as increased heart rate, sweaty palms, muscle tension, and so forth. So there's a little bit of background here to some of the ways in which competitive or performance anxiety has been assessed. So some of the early measures, the competitive state anxiety inventory measured cognitive and somatic elements, but it was 27 items long. And so this was considered somewhat long and tedious to assess our clients' anxiety before or during performance. And then the sport competition anxiety test, or the SCAT, is a single dimension of trait anxiety. It's only 15 items, but it isn't believed to, assess all of those different measures of cognitive and somatic anxiety that we were so interested in. Thus, the SAS-2 was developed. It measures cognitive, somatic trait anxiety and concentration disruption. It's 15 items, and it has a 4-point Likert scale from 1, not at all, to 4, very much. And it's very simple to understand and interpret. So low or high scores signal levels of somatic anxiety, worry, and/or distraction in each of those three domains. So here you can see a sample of the SAS-2, and it starts with many athletes get tense or nervous before or during games, meets, or matches. So one of the things that people really like and kind of appreciate about this assessment is that it normalizes sport and performance anxiety, which is believed to help to provide, some more honest responses on it. And so let's look at some of the psychometric properties, some of the things that we've learned, and some of the studies evaluating the SAS-2. So it's shown to have high internal consistency. So items from each construct, hang together and are highly correlated. It has high construct validity. So the assessment has been shown to adequately measure those three dimensions that we're so interested in. And then it has adequate test-retest reliability. So therefore, if you were to administer the assessment to a client, it's very likely that they would continue to score similarly or as would be predicted based upon interventions. And then who can we administer this assessment to? So it's been validated for use across a variety of age groups, from children as young as 9 years old up to adults up to age 64. And I think probably 65 and above, given how consistently it's been shown to be effective. And then it's been shown to be administered well and valid with a variety of skill and competitive levels. So from children in recreational activities to collegiate athletes. And it's been widely translated across cultures: Turkish, Italian, Spanish, and even in Indonesia. So, what can we conclude? Effectively, it's a psychometrically sound and practical tool. It's got brief, clear, and addresses cognitive and somatic anxiety, and it's widely translated. But we should always consider the assessment in the context of the client's sort of broader background and needs.